Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Who doesn't love a good conspiracy theory? I'm not saying that conspiracy theories have to be true, by the way. Sometimes they can just be fun to talk about. Sometimes they can just be lighthearted, harmless, maybe even thought-provoking. Well, when the 7-star crystal first came out, I had crazy luck. I'll never forget the genuine anger. I opened my first ever 7-star live on YouTube. And there were plenty of people who clearly did not like my channel and were only there to root against me. They wanted me to be the first YouTuber to pull a 7-star OG Spider-Man, or a 7-star Hawkeye, or a 7-star Gambit. And it's not that there isn't value with those champions, and I have seen some people do some amazing things with those champions because they're really good with those champions and know how to use them. And like doing like perfect timing with Hawkeye, or using Gambit's unique utility, or OG Spidey, can really be a nice counter to some annoying, especially Mystic defenders. But that's not why I was excited to open a 7-star. I literally said right before the first ever opening, I'm here for Domino. And wouldn't you know it, the very first crystal I ever opened was a 7-star Domino. And obviously, I have not opened her since, even though she is now rank 2. The same can be said about my other rank 2, OG Hulk. The funny thing is, they would pale in comparison in terms of prestige and PI to my highest rank 1, which is now Awakened, and I've opened him twice. Obviously, he's Awakened. Sig 20 Sunspot, who I think Sunspot's still really solid, but if there's a champion that has fallen from like beyond God tier to just close to God tier, I think it's Sunspot. And it's not that he can't do beyond God tier damage. Obviously he can, but he's not a good defender at all. And he's kind of limited in his utility. And if you do full recoil masteries like I do in regular questing, he's not friendly to that setup. So he's probably going to remain rank 1 until maybe the game evolves and suddenly his utility becomes at the top of the demand cycle, and I eat my words and I take him to rank 2, and I'll put out a video like, YouTube, I'm wrong. I was wrong. Something about being wrong, because those tend to do well when people like to point and laugh, and I admit that I underestimated the value of somebody, which, let's be honest, happens quite a bit in this channel. So the 7-star RNG has changed since day 1, and now, of course, the 7-star basic pool is bigger than ever, and that's not to say you can't get somebody great that's new. I just got Emma Frost, who is not yet upgraded because I'm going to wait for the next level up event. But that's Katie Candy's favorite champion in the game. It's her Bae, and she was very excited for me when I texted her the image of the pool. But some of you have just been flat out cursed in ways that I haven't. I mean, Gore and Wong and Sunspot and Storm P90X are my Awakened champs. That is beyond lucky, considering what some of you have sent me. But, like, the curse is real depending on who you are. And I'm a channel that doesn't just talk about my luck. I want to talk about yours too and be honest. And so in this case, we have this account that's been updating me for the last several months, going back, I think, even before August, but we're picking up in August with this screenshot. And this is Mr. Cowboy 520, who doesn't have that many in the, I think, Relax Alliance, maybe? Shout out Relax, or I guess now it's XMN. He doesn't have the most 7-stars in the world, so the odds of awakening someone or duplicating someone, pretty small. But you can see from this screenshot that Venom the Duck is indeed already awakened, or maybe it's his first awakening. Was not. So he felt cursed going back to August that the 7-star RNG was against him. And believe it or not, this is not completely a conspiracy theory, because we've covered on this channel, it's been several years ago, that Kabam actually has legal patents for each algorithm of each crystal. Now, to be fair, they've gotten much better. For a long time, selectors didn't exist. So you were at the complete mercy of the random number generator. And it was really bad when the game first started. I remember somebody told me it took them 4 years to get a 4-star Wolverine when they started playing this game. That just tells you how hard it was to get Wolverine. I had Scarlet Witch and no chance to ever awaken her without a Awakening gem. And I used to spend $20 to $30 cash on 4-star crystals because when the game first started, crystal shards didn't exist. So if you duplicated a champion, other than Sig ability, you got nothing. Max Sig crystals also didn't exist. And those steps have been really great for the game, and Kabam deserves all the credit in the world for introducing crystal shards and also lowering the prices of crystals. But I say this to say that their original algorithms were meant to where you would get the same class of 5-star Awakening gem 6 times in a row. And you would get the worst 4-star champs every time you opened the 4-star crystal. And same with, say, Sigstone class that you needed. So it is not against the realm of possibilities that that same rigged algorithm can be cursing some accounts as 7 stars. Because this guy had then this to send me. And this was also in August. He had a Sig 80, naturally, Venom the Duck. And I'm not saying that Venom the Duck is not a solid champion with solid utility, but not somebody that you're going to want to see 5 times in 5 different pools. And he thought this was his absolute limit until, fast forward to October 5th, aka yesterday, he hits me up because even with the new champion deeper inclusion base roster, even with the new champs that are in it that in theory make it statistically less likely that you're going to awaken or pull a champion that you've already had, because of course the more champions in the pool, the smaller the drop rates for targeting an individual champion. It still found him. Venom the Duck now number 6. At this point, I think he feels like he's cursed, and maybe he is. It's not a conspiracy theory if it happens over and over again. And I'm not saying it happens to everybody because it hasn't happened to me. But when I get images like this in my inbox, and it happens over and over again, I start paying attention. As my counselor once said, hey, Shane, it's not imposter syndrome if they really are out to get you. And it doesn't feel like a coincidence if they're out to make sure that you just keep getting Venom the Duck, even if there are so many more champions in the pool now than there were at the beginning. So, Cowboy, I'm guessing somebody out there, and it's probably not Venom the Duck specifically, has a Sig 60, a Sig 80, a Sig 100, maybe higher than that, champion that they don't want to add Sigstones to. But every time they open a 7-star crystal, or even Paragon or featured Paragon crystals, when that 7-star hits, it's the same champion. And just know, coincidence only goes so far, and then there's something called the patent. And that's what Kabam has. So, I wanted to cover this on my channel today. I know it's a little random of a topic, but I like covering random topics. You know, crystal openings and even forum posts, those are probably the meat and potatoes of my channel. Obviously, when offers get graded, that's a thing too. But in this case, it's just nice to talk about RNG conspiracies. Cowboy, sorry for what you're struggling with, but thank you for sending this to me so I can cover it. Have a great rest of your day.